Everyone thinks the future of AI will be decided by better models. GPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok. Every few months, a new model arrives, smarter, faster, more capable. And most people assume that's where the real competition is happening, inside the models, inside the algorithms, inside the research labs. But as an AI engineer, I think we're starting to hit a different problem, a physical problem. More GPUs, more electricity, more cooling, more data centers. And for the first time, the biggest bottleneck in AI may not be intelligence, it may be infrastructure. And surprisingly, that question may lead us to SpaceX. To understand why SpaceX matters, we first need to understand what is happening inside AI. Every major AI company is racing to build larger and more powerful systems. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta, xAI, and they all want the same thing, more compute. One of the best examples is Colossus, the massive AI cluster built for xAI. Most people see Grok. Engineers see infrastructure, power delivery, networking, cooling, automation. Because modern AI is no longer just a software problem, it is becoming an infrastructure problem. The larger these systems become, the more electricity they consume, the more heat they generate, and the more physical space they require. The future of AI may depend as much on infrastructure as intelligence. So here's the interesting question. What happens if AI demand keeps growing, 10 times larger, 100 times larger? Where does all of that compute go? Most people assume the answer is simple: build bigger data centers. But what if the long-term solution looks completely different? What if future data centers eventually move beyond Earth? Today that sounds like science fiction, but engineers are already discussing ideas such as orbital data centers, powered by continuous solar energy, built at a scale that would be difficult to achieve on Earth. And that is where SpaceX enters the story. Without SpaceX, most of these ideas remain impossible, because launching infrastructure into orbit has traditionally been too expensive, too limited, and too difficult to scale. That is why Starship matters. Most people see a rocket, but AI engineers may eventually see something else, an infrastructure deployment system. Then there is Starlink, often described as internet from space. But Starlink is also a global networking system, thousands of satellites, global coverage, space-based connectivity. And when you step back, the picture becomes interesting. SpaceX provides transportation, Starlink provides connectivity, xAI provides compute. Individually, they are impressive. Together, they start looking like pieces of a future AI infrastructure stack. Of course, there are major challenges: radiation, maintenance, latency, economics. Orbital data centers may never become practical. The costs may remain too high. The engineering may prove too difficult. But that is not the most important point. The most important point is that AI is becoming a physical infrastructure problem, not just an intelligence problem. And once you start thinking that way, SpaceX becomes far more relevant to the future of AI than most people realize. The most interesting SpaceX story may not be rockets, it may be the infrastructure layer being built underneath the next generation of artificial intelligence. I hope you enjoyed it today. In this channel, I always keep you updated about the AI news that really matters from the perspective of someone who builds real AI systems. If you like it, subscribe and see you in the next video.